Information, please. Wake up, America. Time to stump the experts. This is the program in which you, the public, turn the tables on the authorities. Send us questions with the right answers. 4 wise men guarantee to answer them correctly or pay you $5 for every question that finds them not wise enough. Each question accepted wins you $2. You can win, therefore, as much as $7 per question if you're lucky and Information, please, is not. Our master of ceremonies is Clifton Fadiman, literary critic of the New Yorker magazine. Mr. Fadiman.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Good evening, everybody. May I introduce our 3 wise men and 1 wise woman, who may be wiser but also sadder before the evening is over. Our 2 old faithfuls are with us again, Mr. Franklin P. Adams, columnist of the New York Post, and John Kieran, sports expert, paleontologist, hi, pal, and walking encyclopedia. Information, please, is glad to welcome back Mr. Oscar Levant, musical expert, composer, pianist, and he takes special pleasure in announcing as its 4th guest the star of stage and screen, whose charm is exactly equal to her ability, both of them being almost unmeasurable, Miss Lillian Gish. You were supposed to listen to that, Miss Gish. And now, Miss Gish and gentlemen, the rules. They're very simple. I'll put the questions to the entire board. If you know the answer, raise your hand. A question composed of no more than 2 parts may be answered by 1 man or woman. If it has more parts than that, the board may cooperate. But if any part is answered wrong, we lose $5. When you hear that cash register ring, that means the questioner is getting his $5. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, remember that Information, please, is an unrehearsed show driven without reins or bridle. Get up. The first question comes from Mr. William Halsey of Boston, Massachusetts. And I'll ask you, Miss Gish and gentlemen, to cast yourself back into your home, if you have homes, and try to imagine how you feel in your home with all your relatives around you. I'll ask you to try to give me 5 typical commonplace remarks or cliches used by the family and its members in the home. For example, the one I remember best is the one I used to say always when I was a small boy. Did I ask to be born? People always say that. Or another one might be, times have changed, Mom. Let's have $5. Mr. Levant.
Hey, are you going to stay in that bathroom all day?
Very good. Any family that has a bathroom has heard that said. Mr. Adams.
He got a bigger piece of ice cream than I did.
Perfectly true. 2, Mr. Levant.
Stop pecking on me.
Had a terrible home life, Mr. Levant. That's correct, though. 3, Mr. Kieran.
It's good, but it's not like what Mother used to make.
Very good. That's 4. Miss Gish, have you had no home life?
Where were you last night?
Yes, that's perfectly all right. 5. Home folks, all of the 4. The second question is from Dr. Frank Black of Radio City, the orchestra conductor known to anybody who ever listens in on the air. He sends us the following question. We are going to play a melody that includes 4 well-known themes of classical and popular music. And we want you to identify 3 out of these 4 themes. Is pianist ready? Shoot. The band is whistling. Well, there's no doubt that he can play. Can any of you gentlemen answer? Mr. Levant.
Should I, you want him to do it again?
No, can you name the 4 right off the reel?
No, I can name the, I'd like the sequence. The first one was, will he do it again?
Yes, go right ahead. Do it again.
That's Bruch. Bruch Violin Concerto in G minor.
That's correct. Bruch's Violin Concerto in G minor. Now the second one.
That's my favorite piano concerto.
You like that?
Schumann Piano Concerto.
In what? In what minor?
A minor.
In A minor, yes. That's correct, Mr. Levant. Go right ahead. Oh, Mr. Adams! Keep quiet, Mr. Levant. Let Mr. Adams have the floor.
That's the Mendelssohn Concerto, and I don't know what.
E minor. It's an E minor.
Between you. Pretty good.
E
Thanks,
minor.
Mr. Levant. Thanks, Mr. Adams. Now we have to get one more.
That's Mr. Black's Unfriendliness again.
Is that the name of a song? Mr. Black's
That has that
Unfriendliness?
chorale, old flavor. That's a ballad, but I don't know what it is. We have 3 out of 4.
Oh, we have 3 out of 4. We're all right. Want to stop, or do you want me to tell you what it is? The answer is a song called My Mother Was a Lady, or If Jack Were Only Here. Do you know that one, Mr. Adams?
Yes, but that's just the end of it.
Oh, you never got to the end. Oh, that's the end of it.
You
Well,
know that
the end
song?
is all right. We don't have to go through the whole thing from the beginning. Oh, we got
He
3
just
out of
played
4.
from You Wouldn't Dare Insult Me, Sir.
Third question from Mr. James Englander of New York City. The following are the last names of well-known characters of fiction. The last names. You have to give their first names. We're getting rather intimate this evening. Give their first names by which they are well known. You have to get 4 out of the 5. The first last name is Capulet. Capulet.
Juliet.
Very good, Miss Gish. Thank you. All right, Miss Gish, see if we can do this one. Randall. R-A-N-D-A-L-L. Randall. Probably one of the best-known characters in American fiction. Unquestionably one of the best-known characters in American fiction.
Randall's Island.
Won't accept it.
That's the first name, Randall.
Yeah. Well, maybe Randall's Comma Island might do. Don't know it, eh? The answer is Rebecca, in Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. You've all read Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. That's one wrong. Have to get the next 3 correct. The next is Sinclair, I believe it's pronounced, but spelt S-T-C-L-A-I-R. The man who invented that name could spell better than he could pronounce. Mr. Adams?
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Yes, but that isn't the first name.
Eva.
Yes, Little Eva, Little Eva. Don't forget the little. That's correct, Mr. Adams.
Her first name was Eva. It wasn't her middle name.
You want to stick to Eva?
Her middle name was not Eva, and her first name was not Lil.
Gee, you're a precisionist. Mr.
I'm a
Adams.
precisionist.
All right. Franklin Precisionist Adams. 4, Schofield. S-C-H-O-F-I-E-L-D. Mr. Adams.
Penrod Schofield.
Very good. And 5, White. White.
Snow.
That's right. Thank you, Miss Gish. Just got under the wire on that one, Miss Gish. 4 out of 5. That's very good. The next question from Miss Mary Haynes of Chicago, Illinois. The following represent types in talking pictures. And I'm going to ask you to give the parallel of each of them in the silent picture days. For example, today, I suppose public heart interest number 1 might be Clark Gable. Who would be his parallel in the silent picture days? Mr. Levant?
Valentino.
Yes? First name being?
Rudolph.
Very good. Getting better on first names this evening. Second, Every Man's Waterloo, which might be Mae West in our time. Miss Gish.
Theda Bell.
That's right. Thank you, Miss Gish. A nice sort of villain, such as Basil Rathbone today. Mr. Levant.
Lou Cody.
Lou Cody. Would that be right? Would that be right, do you think, Miss
I
Gish?
should
Lou
think
Cody,
so.
all right. Sid Chaplin would be wrong, wouldn't it?
Wrong.
Wrong. All right. I just want to get a couple of wrong ones. Thank you, Mr. Levant. 4, our dear old mother, May Robeson.
Mary
Gish?
Carr.
I beg pardon?
Mary Carr.
Mary Carr is quite correct. And 5, horror man, such as Boris Karloff.
Conrad Wright.
Conrad Veidt in the silent days. Yes, another one who used to act very, very horrible.
Lon Chaney.
That's right,
Lon
Miss Gish.
Chaney.
Thanks so much. Lon Chaney is correct. 5. This one from Laura Lee Chase of Anoka, Minnesota. You're asked to give the source of each of the following quotations or expressions. And each of these quotations consists of 3 words. And the 3 words are the same 3 words. Is that perfectly unclear? Yes, I think so. First, knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. It is not a game. That's 2 knocks. Mr. Kieran.
Mr. Adams' favorite author, Shakespeare.
That's correct. And would you localize it for us? Localize it.
Well, now, I think it's in Macbeth.
That's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further than that.
It's the porter.
Yes, that's right. You don't have to go any further
On the door.
That's correct.
You're
Quote
welcome.
a scene from Macbeth. Thanks very much. That's not so easy. 2. Stitch, stitch, stitch. Oh, they all know that. Mr. Adams.
Song of the Shirt by Thomas Hood.
Very good.
In Poverty, Hunger, and Dirt.
You want to go on with that?
No?
3. Break, break, break. Mr. Kieran.
On thy cold gray stones, O.C. Tennyson.
Tennyson is correct.
Sounds like a pool game.
4. Smile, smile, smile. Smile, 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 Mr. Kieran.
Oh, well, that might be pack all your troubles in your old kit bag.
Yes, it is. It is. Don't be so skeptical. 5. A hope, a hope, a hope. A hope, a hope, a hope.
Somebody on the radio.
I beg pardon, Miss Gish.
Somebody on the radio.
Well, let him in. Let him in. Who is it? Who is it on the radio? You're quite right, Miss Gish. Let's have it. Miss Gish is apparently the only one of our 4 experts who listens to the radio.
I can't afford a radio.
I'll see that you get one in the morning, Mr.
Somebody
Levant.
on the radio.
Miss Gish, how about it?
I hope. I can't think.
A hope, a hope, a hope.
Yeah.
Get
Well, it ought to
excited
be
now.
Bob Hope.
No.
Is it Edwin?
No,
No.
no guessing. No guessing.
Is it me?
No, Mr. Levant, it is not you. The answer is Al Pierce.
Who is it?
Apparently everybody in the studio audience knew Al Pierce, and Miss Gish knew about half of it. But I'm afraid that's going to cost us $5. We're supposed to get 5 out of 5. 6. This is from M. Kurtz of Washington, D.C. Name the athletic games in which the following number of participants constitute a team. The athletic games in which the following number of participants constitute a team. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. 2. Mr. Adams.
Tennis.
A team. Yes, in doubles, quite correct. Hadn't thought of that. Doubles in tennis or what other game?
Badminton.
Badminton, yes. What else?
Squash rackets.
All right, Mr. Levant. Or
Handball.
Mr. Kieran. Handball or poker with a kibitzer, possibly. 4. In which 4 participants constitute a team.
Tennis.
Oh, I think not,
Oh.
Miss Gish. You have a very funny-looking tennis court with 4 on each side, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A team, you see. A team.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, 4.
We'll pick you up later on, Miss Gish. That's all right. Mr. Kieran.
Quadruple sculls and rowing.
Gee, that's advanced. Oh, that's postgraduate stuff. How about polo, Mr. Kieran? Would that be right?
That would be fairly accurate.
It's 8, really. 4 horses also. You were right about that quadruple, whatever you said. Quadruple skulls and rowing.
Oh, I know I'm right
All
about
right,
that.
all right. 6. Mr. Levant.
Girls basketball.
Won't take it.
It's the only game I play, I know.
Are you the 6th man in that one? Mr. Kieran.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey is correct. 8. 8. Mr. Kieran?
Girls football.
You keep the girls out of this, Mr. Levant.
Well, it is an 8-oared crew because there are 9 in that.
Who's the 9th?
The coxswain.
Oh, do we have to keep him in? It says crew down here, so can't you let the coxswain out?
Well, a lot of people forget about him, but he's always there if you look.
I know, but he's awful light. Let's leave him out and call crew correct for 8. How about 10? A team of 10. Team of 10.
I think there are 10 men in lacrosse.
Well, you've got me. I don't know.
I
I've
don't
never seen a
know. I
lacrosse game in my
just
life.
understand.
The answer down here is softball having a roving fielder. Now, we'll go into this later on. If you're right about lacrosse,
No, I don't. I'm
Mr.
not
Kurtz will
sure.
not get the $5. But if you're wrong, and I think you're wrong, we're going to ring up $5 right now. We got 2, 4, 6, and 8, but not 10. Softball with a roving fielder is the answer. How anybody found that out, I don't know. The next one, from Mrs. Louis Nash of Great Neck, Long Island. You're asked to quote 3 lines from different poems about night. Night, you know, the opposite of day. Volunteers. 3 lines, or a couplet, Miss Gish?
And the night shall be filled with music, and the cares that infest the day shall fold their tents like the Arabs and as silently steal away.
That's very nice. Thank you. Who
Longfellow?
That's right. Very good, Miss Gish. That's one. Mr. Kieran?
But scornful day represses night's void and vain caresses, and from
You're not making
her
this up.
cloudier tresses unwinds the gold of his. That's from Mr. Swinburne. Algernon Child Swinburne, man with green eyes and a red beard.
All right, all right. What does he weigh? Mr. Levant, got another one?
I know one line, so you better not ask me.
Well, 1 line will do.
But it's not enough. It was on such a night as this, Troilus and Cressida.
All right, that'll do. It's really not about night, but I'll accept it. Let's have 1 or 2 more. The first line of... go ahead, Mr. Adams.
I heard the sable garments of the night.
Where's it from?
Longfellow.
All right. You only know Longfellow tonight. How about the first line of Keats's La Belle Dame sans Merci?
How about it?
Well, what is it? Anybody know that? Anybody know that? Oh, what?
Oh, what can ail thee, night at arms?
All right, Mr. Adams. Thanks very much. What can ail thee, night at arms? Another kind of night. Pretty good on nights. Next question from Mr. Lawrence Holtz of Amityville, Long Island. It's a kind of complicated one. I want you to give me about 15 or 20 minutes to explain it. Mr. Levant, we're going to give you a vacation, if you don't mind. You don't have to answer this. Just go to the piano.
Can I smoke?
No, you can't smoke. Take your hands out of your pockets. Now, I'm going to ask Mr. Levant to play the appropriate background music for the following scenes and actions, and I'll read them in a moment. And when he's completed that musical background, the other members of the board, there are 3 of them left, will be required to supply impromptu dialogue for the story. I know you don't understand a word of this, Mr. Adams, Miss Gish, and Mr. Levant. I'm going to assign you your parts right now. You'll see this will all come out all right in the wash, if we can get some wash. Mr. Adams, will you be the villain?
I can't. I don't see how I can do it.
Mr. Adams, you have to be the villain. Just twirl that mustache a second or two. Mr. Kieran, will you be the hero?
With pleasure.
And Miss Gish, will you be the lovely heroine?
If I can play it in pantomime.
Oh, no, you have to talk.
Oh,
Yes, you'll have to talk. You can do a little pantomime, too. Now, I shall be the prompter, the electrician, and the box office. Now, we're going to have the music by Mr. Levant. First, a farm scene, Mr. Levant. Can you play us a farm scene?
What time of the day?
I don't know. Make it evening. Make it evening.
I'd like morning better.
All right, make it morning. Make it morning. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. That's cute. 2, a daughter at the deathbed of her dying mother. Now, you see, I'm setting the scene. It's a farm scene. The daughter is the deathbed of her dying mother. I guess that's right. That's right. That's enough. Don't let her die. She'll be dead in a minute, Mr. Adams. Now, 3, the villain. A smile of glee on Mr. Adams' face. That's right. He enters. That's right. And the girl is given her choice of marriage or foreclosure. You can't do that on the piano. Can't even give us foreclosure on the piano? All right, we've got the villain. Now there's a struggle, Mr. Levant. Can you give us a little struggle? I'm terrified. And 5, rescue by the hero. That's you, John. And finally, to end this stirring story, Love's Triumph. I dare you to do that one. Doesn't sound so triumphant to me. All right, that'll do for Love's Triumph. All right, now we'll go over it again from the beginning, and we shall have to ask you to supply the dialogue. There's a farm scene first, and the daughter is the deathbed of her dying mother. Miss Gish, do you think you can give us a line of dialogue to go
well,
with
I'll
it?
just be crying.
You're just crying now?
I just-
All right, Miss Gish is crying. Everybody hear her crying? And now, let's have the villain come in. Mr. Adams.
That's a lie.
And, Mr. Adams, will you give Miss Gish her choice of marriage or foreclosure? Just give it to her. Give her her choice.
Your choice, gal.
Where's the parson?
Where's the parson, says Miss Gish. We can't have a parson in here because we haven't got any more people. I'll get to you in a minute, Mr. Kieran. Now, let's have the struggle. Would you mind struggling a bit with Miss Gish? Mr. Adams, all right, let's have the music. What do you say, Miss Gish?
Unhand me, sir. Unhand me.
Miss Gish, you must have you around the throat. I can't hear a word.
Yes, I'm being choked.
You've been choked, all right. And finally, Mr. Kieran, will you come to the rescue? Let's have it, Mr. Levant. All right.
Let that girl alone, you scoundrel.
What do you got to say to that, Mr. Adams?
If you were half a man, you'd resent that.
Now, if you'll just rescue Miss Gish. Mr. Kieran has just rescued Miss Gish, and we will have love's triumph. No, none of that, Mr. Kieran, none of that. You're not supposed to act this out in pantomime. Just tell us what you feel.
Darling, will you be mine?
Miss Gish? Very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Mr. Levant. This is something extra. I can't get Mr. Levant away from the piano. If you want to make it clean, let's have the wedding march, Mr. Levant. All right. Information, please, announces a loss of how much? How much have we lost to date? $10. Doing pretty well. The next question from Mr. Leonard Adams of Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, this is an easy one. You're asked to identify the person who said each of the following. There are 5 of them, and we have to get all 5 of them. 1, I have not yet begun to fight. Who said I have not yet begun to fight?
Hitler.
Don't think it'll do, Mr. Levant. Mr. Adams?
John Paul Jones.
Yes, that's the correct answer. 2, I forgot to duck. I forgot to duck. Mr. Levant?
Jack Dempsey.
That's right. What fight?
Tunney.
All right. 3, hold fire. Wait until you see the whites of their eyes. Miss Gish?
Well, the Civil War.
Well, you're 1 war out.
Am I?
No, it was a war, all right. But you're just a war or 2 out. Mr. Kieran?
It was at Bunker Hill. It was, I think it was Captain Warren.
No, it was Israel Putnam.
Sorry?
That's quite all right. Now, I think I'm going to call that wrong because Miss Gish didn't quite get that, and you didn't quite get it either, Mr. Kieran. 4, hit 'em where they ain't. Dreadful grammar. Mr. Adams.
Willie Keeler.
Okay. And 5, peace, it's wonderful. Mr. Levant.
Father Divine.
Very good. We got 4 out of 5. That'll cost us $5. I'll have to announce a correction on an error that we made earlier in the evening. NBC is being swamped with calls. I'm going to get out the pumps. Because there are 10 men on a lacrosse team. Did you say there were 10 men on a lacrosse team?
Yes, I did, but I wasn't very positive.
Ring back that $5, will you? All right. Thanks. The next question from Miss Ruth Wetlaufer of New York City. What play starred the first mentioned person, I'm going to mention one person first, in the legitimate version, and the second named person in the motion picture version? For example, Gertrude Lawrence was starred in the legitimate version, and Norma Shearer in the picture version. Of what play? Of what play? Mr. Levant.
Private Life.
That's quite correct. Thank you. 2, Sir Cedric Hardwicke starred in the legitimate version, and Edward G. Robinson in the other version. What play, Miss Gish?
Dr. Clitterhouse.
Yes. Give him his adjective, though. He had an adjective before Doctor.
Amazing.
Yes, the amazing. Amazing, Miss Gish. That's quite correct. 3, Alexander Kirkland in the play version, and Clark Gable in the film version. Mr. Levant.
Man in White.
Man in White's correct. 4, Margaret Sullivan in the play version, Katharine Hepburn in the Miss Gish.
Stage door.
Stage door, Miss Gish, quite correct. 5, Pauline Lord in the play version, and Greta Garbo in the other version. Miss Gish again.
Anna Christie.
Oh, you know this stuff, Miss Gish. We should never have asked you. Very good. The next question from Miss Lily Frankel of New York. Give the name of the picture in which each of the following songs was featured and sung. First, Thanks for the Memory. Mr. Levant.
Big broadcast of 1938.
He goes to the movies. That's quite correct. 2, Without My Walking Stick. You want to play that for us? Mr. Levant?
Alexander's Ragtime Band.
That's quite correct. 3rd, Cowboy from Brooklyn. You know that, Miss Gish? Mr. Levant?
Cowboy from Brooklyn.
I said that. That's quite correct. 4, who are we to say? Mr. Levant's got 2 hands up. Where's the problem, Mr. Levant?
The Girl of the Golden West, which I didn't see.
Well, how do you know this, then?
Because I know the publisher.
Bringing your friends into the program, eh? 5, I've got a pocket full of dreams. Let's have that. Doesn't anybody go to the movies except Mr. Levant? And nobody listens to the radio except
I don't
Miss
go. They
Gish?
come to me, the movies.
How about it, Mr. Levant? Where's that from?
That's Bing Crosby singing Sinner.
Very good. That's quite correct. Now I'm going to ask you, or rather Mrs. Hunter Baldwin of Richmond, Virginia, is going to ask you to complete the following epitaphs. It's a bit gloomy. First, here lies the body of our Anna, done to death by a banana. It wasn't the fruit that laid her low. Complete that epitaph. Mr. Kieran's usually pretty good at this sort of thing. Frequents graveyards. Mr. Kieran.
It was the skin she stepped on with her toe.
All right. Perfectly all right. 2. Beneath this stone, a lump of clay, lies Uncle Peter Daniels, who too early in the month of May... Mr. Kieran, you look intelligent. No, I was deceived.
Got bit by cocker spaniels.
Oh, yes, but that wouldn't have anything to do with the month of May. It's a nice line, but I won't take it. Beneath this stone, a lump of clay, lies Uncle Peter Daniels, who too early in the month of May took off his winter flannels. Perfectly clear.
That would have fooled me.
Yes, it would have fooled me, too. 3, here lies my wife, here let her lie, now she's at rest.
And so am I.
All right, Mr. Adams. 2 out of 3, that's going to cost us $5. Now we'll go from graveyards to ghosts. It's a gloomy program this evening. This is from Miss Agnes Selmer of Maspeth, Long Island. Name 5 ghosts famous in literature, and I don't mean ghost writers, Mr. Kieran. I know what you're thinking of. 5 ghosts famous in literature or the movies. 5 ghosts. Miss Gish.
The ghost of Hamlet's father.
Yes, that's probably the most famous ghost in all literature. Very good. Mr. Adams.
Banquo's ghost.
Yes. Now, can't we get away from Shakespeare? Thank you,
Not
Mr. Adams. Mr.
For
Levant?
me.
There are 2 ghosts in the Fabulous Invalid that just opened, though.
And nobody's seen it.
I saw
Has
it.
it come to
I
you?
saw it.
Nobody's seen it.
I saw
Has
it.
it come to
I
you?
saw it.
Nobody's seen it.
3 ghosts.
Oh, well, you haven't. No, I'll only count them as 1. I'll only count them as 1.
3 ghosts.
Can't we raise a couple of more ghosts among you bright spirits? Miss Gish.
Peter Grimm.
Peter Grimm. Yes, there was a ghost in Peter Grimm. That's 3. Mr. Levant?
The ghost goes west. Rennie Claire's picture.
That's very good. That's 4. 1 more ghost, please. Just another ghost. Miss Gish.
Mary Rose.
I don't know. I've never seen the play or read it. Is there a
It's
ghost in
Belle,
Mary
yes.
Rose?
The ghost of the mother comes back later.
All right, that's 5 ghosts. Did you have a ghost on your mind, Mr. Adams?
Where thou goest.
Oh. I don't know how much more time we have. Let's see. We have time perhaps for 1 or 2 more. This from Martha Lay of Jersey City, New Jersey. You're asked to answer the following questions about artists. What paintings of peasantry inspired Edwin Markham to write The Man with the Hoe? Mr. Kieran.
There's one of Millet's paintings.
One of Millet's paintings,
The
yes.
Angelus, I should say.
No, it was called The Man with the Hoe. That's what gave him the idea for the phrase.
Sorry.
I'm afraid that's all we'll have time for. We've lost $10 altogether. And next Tuesday evening, 3 of the experts are going to consist of Mr. Adams, Mr. Kieran, and Mr. Mark Duffield of the New York Herald Tribune. Our guest of honor next week will be an American hero, distinguished both as an expert on sports and on Shakespeare. Ladies and gentlemen, we give you next week Mr. Gene Tunney. And now, Mr. Cross, will you take the mic and remind our audience of the rules once more? Information, please, thanks you and asks you to come again.
I saw
Has
it.
it come to
I
you?
saw
When
it.
has seen it?
I saw
Has
it.
it come to
I
you?
saw it.
When has seen it?
I saw
Has
it.
it come to
I
you?
saw
When
it.
has seen it? Come to
I
you?
saw
When
it.
has... Can't we raise a couple of more ghosts among you bright spirits? Miss Gish.
Peter Grimm.
Peter Grimm. Yes, there was a ghost in Peter Grimm.